So what if I told you that an ancient prophet's desperate plea to God actually holds a powerful blueprint for our modern relationships? Well, today, we're unpacking exactly that, a three-step framework to help you move from total confusion to real clarity.
Okay, let's just dive right in with a few questions to get you thinking. Think about it. We set goals for our jobs, our finances, our health, but what about our relationships, our friendships, our marriage? Do we actually build them with intention, or do we kind of just let them happen?
In this next one, it really makes you pause. We throw the word agree around all the time, but what does it really truly mean to be aligned on the stuff that matters? Is it just about splitting the difference, or is it something much, much deeper?
And finally, this is the one that I think hits home for pretty much everyone. We've all been there, right? That feeling of frustration, of impatience, when things just aren't going as fast as we want them to. That constant question of, why isn't this working out on my schedule?
Now here's the wild part. The answers to these very modern, very personal questions, well, they come from the story of a prophet named Habakkuk, who was having his own intense conversation with God more than 2,600 years ago.
You can just feel the desperation in his words, can't you? Habakkuk was completely overwhelmed. He's looking at the world around him, the kingdom of Judah, and all he sees is injustice, chaos, and violence. He literally feels like he's shouting into the wind, and nobody is listening.
And this wasn't just some vague anxiety he was feeling. Look at the world he was living in. The northern kingdom was already gone. The absolutely terrifying Babylonian Empire was on the move. So when he's feeling desperate, it's because his entire world is on the brink of collapse. That context is so important.
And this is the whole point. This is the big idea we're digging into today. Right in the middle of all that confusion and pain, Habakkuk's interaction with God gives us this timeless framework, a blueprint we can actually use to navigate the chaos in our own lives and our own relationships.
So God's answer wasn't just, hey, don't worry about it. Nope. It was a super clear three-part command. It's a blueprint for action that we can break down into three simple, powerful words: wait, write, and run.
You see how it builds on itself? It's this really logical flow. First, you have to patiently get a higher perspective so you can actually see clearly. Then, you define that vision so there's absolutely no confusion. And only then do you act on it with purpose.
Okay, so step one, wait. This is all about what he calls adopting the watchman's stance. Habakkuk says he's going to go stand on his watchtower. He's intentionally pulling himself out of the noise on the ground floor, the immediate argument, his own ego, all the chaos, so he can get a higher perspective from God.
Then comes step two, write. And this is so important. God tells him, write the vision and make it plain. So plain, in fact, that a messenger could just glance at it while running by and know exactly what to do. It's about taking those fuzzy ideas and turning them into concrete, shared goals that you can't misinterpret. And finally, run. Once that vision for your relationship is crystal clear and written down, the command is to act. This is the ultimate cure for what we all experience sometimes, analysis paralysis. When you talk a problem to death in a relationship but never actually do anything? This is about putting that clear plan into motion. Okay, so that's the ancient story. But the real question is, how does this actually apply to us today? Let's distill all of this down into three powerful takeaways for our own relationships. All right, takeaway number one, we have to wait for divine clarity and perspective. This is all about practicing the watchman's discipline. So think about it. Your partner says something that just pushes your buttons. Your immediate emotional response is to fire back, right? But instead, you pause. You climb the tower. You ask yourself, okay, what's really going on here? How does this little moment fit into the bigger vision we have for our life together?
Okay, on to takeaway number two. This one is all built around a really critical question about agreement, and we're going to borrow from another prophet, Amos.
It's such a simple question, but it's the foundation of everything. Can two walk together unless they are agreed? The answer's pretty obvious, right? No. You can't go on a journey together if you're trying to go in two different directions. And that principle is absolutely key to making this whole wait, write, run thing actually work. And agreement here is so much deeper than just saying, yeah, we're on the same page. It's about real alignment on three different levels. A shared destination, where are we ultimately going? A shared path, what are the rules and values we live by? And a shared authority, what higher standard do we both answer to? Because if one person's destination is financial security and the other's is globe-trotting adventure, you're not really walking together.
And that brings us to our third and final takeaway. And honestly, this is the secret sauce. It's the fuel that makes this entire process run. Because let's be real, your ability to do all of this, to patiently wait, to clearly write out a vision, to purposefully run, it doesn't just come from gritting your teeth and trying harder. It's fueled by faith. Faith is what gives you the patience to wait in that watchtower. It gives you the guts to write down a bold vision. And it gives you the strength to run toward it, especially when things get tough.
And that's really the big picture here, isn't it? Applying this blueprint isn't just some life hack to have a happier marriage. The real goal, the bigger purpose, is to live a life of faith that actually honors God and to build relationships that reflect His faithfulness to us. So I'll leave you with this question to think about. A life of purpose and clear, meaningful relationships, well, that doesn't happen by accident. It's the result of intentionally waiting, clearly writing, and faithfully running. So, what's the vision for your life that's just waiting to be written?